It's the exclusive on News 24 International. Today we are out here on the street to sample the opinions of residents whether or not Nigeria should operate a single-party system or a multi-party system, especially that the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, is yet to release some political parties it removed from her register.
One-party system is not good for this country because there will be no challenges. Any democracy that has no opposition is not a democracy. However, look at America. They are practicing two systems of government, two parties. And you can look at it, things are working for them. You know, once the other party could not meet up to the demands of the masses, the next election they change to the other party. And it's working for them. But in Nigeria here, if we operate one-party system, there will be no opposition. And it's not going to be good you're not going to augur good for this country. Because Nigeria is a country whereby people, our politicians, most of their promises have not been fulfilled. So by the time we operate one-party system, then we don't have any say. We don't have any say or any issue to discuss or to take the government out of power when it comes the next election. But now, if we have two-party system in this country, you discover that the next election, election that is coming, we can be able to change the government if they don't meet up to the promise the masses. So two-party system will be okay for Nigeria, but not one-party system. Because with one-party system, there will be no challenges, and the government cannot meet up to the masses' demand. So two-party system will be okay for Nigeria.
It's better to have 4 or 3 political parties, which are usefulness than many without usefulness.
We had the chat with the former legal advisor of the Inter-Party Advisory Council of Nigeria, IPAC, and the chairman, United Patriot, of INEC's deregistration of some political parties, as well as the activities of IPAC.
My name is Disobeying. I'm the national chairman of United Patriots, UP, United We Stand, and I'm the chairman media committee of the Coalition for United Political Parties, CUPP. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir, as one time, or rather the immediate past national legal advisor of IPAC, so what can you say is the relevance of IPAC in Nigeria's present democracy?
Yeah, thank you for that question. IPAC, as you well know, represents all political parties in Nigeria. It stands for the Inter-Party Advisory Council of Nigeria. Yes, I am the immediate past national legal advisor of the Inter-Party Advisory Council of Nigeria under the able leadership of High Chief Peter Ame. Okay, so IPAC has a critical role to play in the Nigerian polity. Of course, we all know that things are not the way they are supposed to be, and IPAC is now repositioned to get things right. Okay, the perception that people have about politicians and about politics is something that IPAC has come to change.
Okay, so sir, some time ago, INEC deregistered some political parties because of their failure in winning any elections. And then these political parties took INEC to court. They won the case, and since then, INEC is yet to release this political party. So does the law empower the commission to do so?
It is indeed very sad that an institution such as INEC could be so reckless and irresponsible when it relates to valid court orders. Of course, as you are fully well aware, in 2018, about 33 political parties who are members of IPAC went to the Federal High Court to kind of seek protection for their right to freely associate. And right there at the Federal High Court, while the matter was pending in court, and when the Federal High Court has given a date for its own ruling, Inec proceeded on the 6th of February to deregister 74 political parties who are members of the council. So while the matter was pending at the Federal High Court, and when a date was already reserved for ruling, Inec proceeded to deregister 74 political parties. So such is something that is of great concern to peace-loving Nigerians and people that truly love democracy, because it's an affront on our judiciary. By deregistering those political parties while the matter was pending in court, foisted a fait accompli on the court. The court was helpless because the rest was already destroyed by Inec. So, and it was based on that those political parties that were before the Federal High Court proceeded, because of course, you know, at the Federal High Court there was miscarriage of justice before Justice Chikere, because the matter we're talking about is a constitutional matter. It borders on Section 40 of the Constitution, the freedom of Nigerians to freely associate. So, and justice was not given at the Federal High Court. So, the 22 political parties now proceeded to the Court of Appeal. And the justices of the Court of Appeal unanimously declared the deregistration of political parties by Inec as illegal, unconstitutional, and void. Because Inec acted, we are not contesting the power of Inec to deregister political parties, as contained in Section 225A of the Nigerian Constitution. What we are saying is that when you want to exercise executive powers, you must follow laid down procedures. So Inec observed Section 225A of the Constitution more in breach, and that is why the justices of the Court of Appeal declared such action as illegal and unconstitutional, and went further to even chastise the High Court judge that sat on the matter, because as a judge of the High Court, you must protect the jurisdiction of the court. You must protect the jurisdiction and the integrity of the court. So that was the reason why the justices of the Court of Appeal took it personal in that particular matter. Because if a court fails to shield its own jurisdiction, then it is prone to abuse. Okay, so, and luckily for us, we got the judgment in the Court of Appeal, and we, of course, are very confident that there is still hope for Nigeria. Because what we are talking about, the fight here is not just for political parties. Okay. We have over 200 million Nigerians as we speak. So having a population of that magnitude, you cannot proscribe the people and subject them to just two political parties. Imagine if this kind of action by Inec could continue. That means you can just wake up tomorrow and you will just hear that we have only two political parties, or in the worst case scenario, maybe one political party. What do we do as Nigerians? So with over 200 million Nigerians deserve to be given the opportunity to participate in election. We must be given the alternative platforms. It's not every Nigerian that can go and that can afford over 25 million or 30 million or in some instances 35 million for ordinary nomination forms from the major parties that are in Nigeria. So ordinary Nigerians must have other platforms that they can use to be actively involved in politics, to participate in politics. So that is the fight.
So, but so far, has there been any improvement on the part of Inec in ensuring that would be done?
Up till now, the Commission has not appealed the judgment of the Court of Appeal. And you know, of course, that the judgment of the court stands until it is set aside. As I'm talking to you, Inec has not appealed that judgment. So it's just the impunity that we keep talking about, you see. So executive recklessness is something that we should all, be mindful of. And when we see this kind of threats, especially from an institution like Inec, we should be very concerned, because it is something that speaks very ill of the Commission.
Okay, sir. So, sir, what would be your advice to those political parties that were deregistered?
Yes, their rights are well protected under the Nigerian Constitution. the Nigerian Constitution is very, very, very clear on the face of it as to how you can associate, as in how you can express yourself. So, and the provisions of the Constitution, especially when they border on our fundamental rights, are things that every Nigerian must take seriously, especially when they are being threatened. Okay? So, we as political parties will always stand by the law. We are not going to go outside the confines of the Nigerian Constitution. We are very law-abiding, especially in IPAC. We don't do anything that is outside the law. So, those political parties that were deregistered have the right, they have the opportunity to approach the courts for redress, just as we have all done. Okay, you know, it's not all of us that were before the Federal High Court. So those that were not even before, they have the opportunity, because that is why the courts are there. And we have absolute faith in our judiciary. We believe in the integrity of our justices and judges. So that is why our members, of course, have been encouraged to approach the courts for redress, because Inec acted illegally because they didn't follow laid down procedures in acting as a commission.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. It was a nice time with you today. We are really honored by your presence.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. It was a great session with the chairman of the United Patriots. I believe you have been enlightened on the activities of the Inter-Party Advisory Council of Nigeria, IPAC. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page as well as like our Facebook page at News 24 International. Until next time, I remain your host, Idoko Favor.